Let's talk about the art of pushing yourself. Our choices define who we become. So choose the right path, be around the right people. Because the journey of success is discipline, to have willpower to get things done. I always say life is a journey waiting to be explored. We need to stop fearing what we don't know. I always tell my daughters that we're born knowing nothing, but action is the foundational key to all success. It's not just about having knowledge or talent. It's about using what you know and harnessing it so that you can make the right decisions. How do you tap into this force? What is it that's going to make you take action? You need to figure that out. That is the journey. It's about understanding the why behind the what. You have to embrace the uncomfort of growth, because growth and comfort do not coexist. Today, it's not just about thinking maybe or someday, because you don't want to live on that someday island. Someday I'll do it. Someday I'll start. Someday I'll travel. The journey from I can't to I will is where all the magic happens. Explore how you can harness this force. Negativity, turn it into your favor. Learn from it. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. You need to discover the power of self-discipline, the power to move mountains, the power to change your life and the people that you love around you, because we are very influential. Roll up your sleeve, dig deep, and do what you need to do, because most people shy away from the hard things of life. We need to look right in the eye of the storm and challenge it. It's not going to be easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it. It's going to be worth it, because on the other side of discipline, that's where everything falls in place, where you don't have to worry about what people tell you, do this, do that. I tell my daughters, you need to learn now, so that way you don't have to be doing what other people tell you to do. Think about your dreams. Force yourself to do what you need to do. The only limitation is the ones that we put on ourselves. And it's not about the goals. It's who we become in the process of reaching and achieving those goals. Everything is just one step at a time. Take that first step. Do that journey for you and your future, so you don't have to live a life of mediocrity. So you don't have to do things that you feel obligated to do when you don't want to do it. Discipline is the engine that takes you to that success. Discipline is what takes you out of bed when the whole world's against you. It's the force that keeps you going when everything else is telling you to stop. It's got to be a way of life. It's going to be hard at first, but the achievements and the transformation from that discipline is going to make your world idea. Sometimes I think it's too good, because I've always wanted to do what I love. And when I do what I love, I just do it better. We are like a tree. It grows in both directions. It grows up and it grows down. But the hard part that nobody sees, it's that darkness. It's that bottom of the tree that make it so that the tree can grow upward and start blooming and bearing fruit. When you are doing stuff that nobody can see, that's when you're growing. That's when your seed is expanding underneath the ground, pushing the rocks, pushing roots, whatever it's underneath, so that the tree can grow. You have that ability to let your tree blossom. It's not going to be easy. It's easy when people are seeing you and you're doing stuff in front of them and everything's like, oh my God, this is awesome, this is great. Yeah, but it's when you're alone, when you're in that dark space, that's when the real you starts developing. It's about making a commitment to yourself and keeping it. It's like having a fancy car, the greatest team on the pit, but if you don't have gas, how are you going to move forward? Now think of anybody in the world standing in front of the crossroads of decision. Every day we need to face the different things, that moments that our choices define us. And in these moments, it's not about making decisions, but about making the right decision, choosing the right path. I don't want to sugarcoat it. You need to understand it's going to put you out of your comfort zone. See, there's a force inside us that's never been tapped. We could be compelled to do what needs to be done, even when everything in us wants to stop, when we want to avoid it, when we don't want to do it. Maybe it was a job interview, or maybe you wanted to start exercising and you just started to procrastinate. The easiest choice is to say, no, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'll do it next week. Oh, it's raining. There's always a reason. What was so easy to start, you made it a humongous mountain of I can't do. You could be super smart, the smartest guy on the planet, but without action, it's like having the internet and not knowing how to use it. So how do we get involved? How do we make this force become a part of us to take action? You look in that mirror and you know that you have the discipline, that you set out and you did what you had to do. This confidence, it's priceless. It's going to go into every aspect of your life, like the morning sun, rising, beautiful light. But it is a challenge. It is a muscle that you constantly need to work. And just like any muscle, it can tire, it can hurt. That is the sign that you're getting strong at it. You're not just moving one step closer, you are also building yourself into the man, into the woman you want to be. Learn the hard things that you need to learn so that you can get to that next level. It's exhilarating to know that you have the control to choose the right path. Delay gratification because you need to see the bigger picture, because the pain of discipline now, it's going to be harder to deal with the pain of regret later. This is where many people mistake life by choosing the easy road, the hard road, no matter how challenging it may be, because self-discipline doesn't mean of living a life of restriction. You have to have balance in your life. It's knowing when to work hard, when to play, when to say no, so that you can build the strength in you to move forward. Remember, mastering self-discipline doesn't mean you're not going to falter, because we will make mistakes because we're human. How we deal with those mistakes, do we let them defeat you, or do you use them as stepping stones to greater success, to moving forward, to keep going? Don't lose your momentum. When you start something, finish it. No matter what. You know, when I'm recording music and I make mistakes, I keep going. I don't stop and rewind and do it again. Keep going, because then you can edit your life. And that's how life is. It's a bunch of series of editing of beginning, middle, and end. Work it all together. The bridge between where we are and where we want to be, it's discipline. It's going to be the beacon of your life so that you can get to where you want to get. Continue the determination of self-discipline every single day. Make it happen. Procrastination and laziness, these are not just mere inconvenience. They are the thieves of your life. They're the enemy of your successful life. The mind's always telling you stuff. You can't do that. You don't know how to do that. You have to overcome that. Change a bad thought into a good thought. Bad thoughts are like quicksand. How often have we said, I'm going to start it tomorrow, I'll do it later? It's a dangerous loop that keeps us from moving forward. The key is action. Deliberate action. It's the antidote to procrastination, the enemy of laziness. Starting is the hardest part of anything in life. You know, it's like pushing a car. It's very hard at first. You push and it takes all your strength. But once it starts rolling, what happens? It gets very easy. You need to set achievable goals, goals that excite you, that you know that you'll do it. But don't make them big goals. Make them little goals. Then it's going to be easier for you to achieve the goals. And then you do them like if nothing happened, like it's so easy. Trick your mind. Make that task so easy, so doable that procrastination has no room to steer you away. A why that's so powerful that it's going to pull you out of that uncomfort laziness of that lie in your head. Look at your beacon. Move away from the negativity No matter who it is, family, friends, whatever it is, you need to move away from that and follow that beacon out of procrastination. When you choose action over inaction, you're building self-respect. You're telling yourself, I am worth this effort. My dreams are worth my effort. And there's no feeling at all in the world that when you see yourself in the mirror and you smile and you feel you have respect for yourself, people admire you, people want to be like you because you're inspiring. Surround yourself with people that you want to be like. If you are around people that are not doing what you love and what you want to learn, you're not growing. You're stuck. You need to focus on the things that you want and make them a reality for you, because if you don't, no one is going to make that reality for you. You need to have the right environment, one that makes it easy to start and one that doesn't make it easy to quit. You need to have a breeding ground of success constantly. Routine makes it easy. Doing weights, and what happens? You start out with little weights, but now you're adding more weight. Now you're getting stronger. Made the mistake, acknowledge it, learn about it, and move on to the next thing. The thing is not to dwell in that space. Celebrate your victory, no matter how small, always. Every time you feel that dopamine of the good things that you did, you're going to celebrate, you're going to feel good, and then it's going to be like you want to keep being successful. You want to keep challenging yourself. You'll keep procrastination off your mind. You'll keep fear out of your heart. Build good habits, those little routines every day without thinking. Might seem like they're nothing, but accumulatively, they're going to transform your life. This is how we grow. This is how we blossom or how we wither. It's like making a puzzle. If you're lazy about figuring out the puzzle, what happened? You can never do the puzzle. A good habit leads you to strength, while bad habit takes you to weakness that easily can stop you from the good things. How many of our days, every day we wake up, we go through our routine, and before we know it, the day is done. I feel personally that the hours are going by days, days are going by weeks, and weeks are going by months. So we need to have intentions of what we want every single day so we don't waste our life. Ask yourself this question: what are your current habits? Are they serving you or are they holding me back? Because you need to be self-aware to have meaningful change in your life. Once you identify those habits that are hurting you, then you can change them. But if you don't know, if you can't recognize them, what happens? Everything becomes a routine of endless nothing. Start with small change. When I started exercising, it was very difficult. My knees would hurt. Like, oh no, I don't want to work out anymore. But then my friend said to me, listen, if you stop working out, you will never lose the weight you want to lose. And I remember it only took 2 weeks for that pain to subside from my knees. And I lost over 50 pounds in 6 months. You have to have the determination. When you're hurting, that means that things are being done to accomplish your goal. Life ain't easy. Life is always going to throw curves at you. You're going to have ups and downs. But you have to understand, there's that saying that I always love. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. React in the way that you know that's going to propel you to the next level of your life. You have to build momentum. It's about breaking the chains of old unproductive habits. Make the choices that align with your new goal, even when it's uncomfortable. Uncomfort is the opposite of growth. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when we don't know how to do something, the only way we learn it is by doing it, by making mistakes. A perfect example, my 16-year-old daughter, when I first started learning about cell phones, she knew everything. And you know why? She wasn't scared of pressing all the buttons, tapping that, swiping this. Me, I was like, oh, what happens if I erase something? What happens if the phone now won't work because of all the stuff I did? We need to experiment. We need to try new things. We need to constantly be reinventing ourselves. Consistency is the secret ingredient in habit formation. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our life. This means you're going to have to sacrifice habits just don't impact our life, but it impacts the people around you that we love. There's going to be days when you falter but in those moments, it's very important that you got to remember why you started. Reflect on your goals, your dreams, your vision, the people you love, who you want to help. Remind yourself when you mess up, which is normal, don't beat yourself up. Life is not a linear journey. It's back and forward, peaks and valleys. It's not that you made the mistake, but that you have the courage to do it again, because every time you do, you're strengthening your resolve. Now, let's talk about the power routine. A solid routine can be a huge structure for your success. You need to learn to discard the old habits. Think about new habits guide you upward towards your goal. And the more you work on building your habits, be patient with yourself. The choices you make, the routine you follow, they're writing the story of your future. Al Pacino said it best, an inch at a time, you can conquer anything. Build good habits so that you can have personal growth. We're going to inevitably face challenges, but life is going to always show you different things. Now, what if you look at challenges being obstacles, you see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, to get motivated, to be stronger? Because challenges are a natural part of human life. Every day you wake up and you're like, why today? Why is this? Why is that? Because that's just life. We have to build the resilience, honing our problem-solving skills. We're stretching the boundaries of our capabilities. Think about the greatest achievers in life. It's all the people in all the different parts of work, in music and art. I never knew how to play piano, but because every day I sat at a piano and just started playing and learning where the notes and what sound, it's those little challenges that now I sit in a piano and I make melodies, I make music that makes me feel beautiful. So challenge yourself, view life through a viewpoint of growing. What am I going to learn for this? How can this make me stronger? How can this make me better? The most successful people face challenge. We need to learn from them. That's why I'm always listening to podcasts. Whenever I run, whenever I do anything that I have free time, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm changing. You know, when I first started learning to be a DJ, what did I do? I personally would go to clubs while people were dancing and having fun. I was in the DJ booth watching the DJ, helping the DJ move the gear, do that, get them water, because I wanted to learn. You need to engage with the things that you want to grow in, because if you don't, people will use you to help them become what they want to become. Move forward on your ideas. If you do not take action on your thought, nothing happens. So facing challenges head on is not easy. It requires courage, determination, and the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. The greatest growth always happens at the very edge of uncomfort zone. When you push yourself beyond what was possible, that's where you find greatness, fulfillment. Because remember, the world's always changing. So when you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how can I approach this in a way that it's going to help me? What strategies can I employ to make this into something good? Because we learn from our mistakes. It's also very important to have support. No one achieves greatness alone. When you messing up, lean on a mentor. Use their wisdom to help you achieve what you want. Challenges should be transformed into victory. And let's not forget the power of reflection. After facing a challenge, take a moment to reflect what worked, what didn't. What did I learn? Reflection turns experience into insight. Insight is to turning future challenges into opportunity. Carry this in your heart, carry it in your mind. Challenges are not just hurdles to be clear, but hurdles to be embraced. They are the principles where our greatest self are formed. Every challenge you overcome, that is the way you're going to move forward. Diamonds are made under pressure, and so is our character. It's going to be under challenge. Let's acknowledge our progress and use it to fuel our journey forward. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to them is what defines our journey. We can look at them as obstacles or stepping stones. Let's choose to see them as opportunity to remind us that there's no challenge too great, no obstacle too daunting. If you stand in front of this threshold, embrace the essence of what we have learned, what we have discussed. It's not just about words, but it's about the actions we take from here on as we're almost ready for the end of this discussion. This is your time to take action and moving forward into the light of your dream, of your life, of the things you want. Take everything you've learned and put them into action. And remember, life is a journey waiting to be explored. Thank you very much.